say the world was built on truth. But who decides which truth survives? Why did 19 kings bow down to one shadowed name, while Queen Lily turned away and vanished on the tide? Why does an empty throne guard a seat where someone hides? Why do Harley texts and Elbaf murals whisper 3 lost worlds, yet call the last one ours? Why did Joyboy cry when his feast fell silent? Why did Roger laugh when he read the final page? Why does Luffy smile at a dawn not here yet, like he already knows the punchline? What is One Piece? Before the red line split the planet like a scar, before the seas were numbered like prison yards, there stood a kingdom with its table open wide. Giants, fishmen, skyfolk, sharing one side. Joyboy walked barefoot under Nika painted skies, not as a god, but as a friend who never lies. No holy dragon on the air they breathe. No child was born already grieved. He promised a party that would never need to end, a world where even the last seat saved a friend. And 20 flags rose where one sun shone, and the first great world was overthrown. The 19 swore him in the dark to carve one ruler in a world-sized mark. Some say their hearts just chose that side. Some say Domi Reversi turned the light to pride. Maybe Zunesha once walked for Joyboy, maybe Emeth once guarded his joy, till a black conversion twisted oaths to chains, turned giants and gods against his reigns. Lily saw the trap and refused to kneel, scattered poneglyphs so the stones could feel, left no sword at the empty throne, sent one letter so the truth was not alone. Some say Davy Jones keeps the names the sea could not save. Some say so later D-bearers could misbehave. What if One Piece is not just gold, but the world these murals still unfold? Not just an islanded confidence, but all I see stitched back as one heart. What if the treasure Roger found was laughter big enough to shake the ground? The feast Joyboy failed to release, the third great world returning to One Piece. Is it the One Piece? The first world burned when men touched a forbidden sun. The second drowned when Joyboy lost what could not be won. The third is ours, a patchwork sphere with red walls drawn to fence off fear. Harley texts speak of a final round where Nika's drum beat comes a louder sound, where ancient weapons wake under stone, not to crown a king but to break the throne. Roger saw it all and knew he was too soon, left it for a fool, could laugh at the moon, named it One Piece like a joke with teeth, a promise buried just beneath. What if One Piece is not a place, but a world without a master race, where all blue is not a myth at sea, but every shore saying you belong with me? What if the prize is not to own, but to live where no one needs a throne? The party Joyboy Why do the bearers laugh inside the storm? Like they remember different worlds form. Why does Emu hide behind a wall of blaze, afraid of one feast that never fades? Why does Luffy's hobby sound like ancient drums? Why does even Emeth move when the rhythm comes? Why does Zunesha walk like he waits for one command? Why does Blackbeard grin like he knows the same demand? Maybe one piece is not to keep, but the moment even gods can only weep. When red lines crack and seas embrace, when no one kneels before one face. The song Joyboy broke before the end, the joke only Roger could comprehend. The final feast beneath one sky of peace, where none are laid and none need leave. Is it the one piece? Not just treasure, not just war, not just law, not just gold. It is the world before it was torn apart, and after Emu loses the last black heart. When maps are wrong and hopes run free, when every voice can sing the same crazy decree, then we will not ask again, we will only laugh. One Piece is real.